What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're here with Norberis. Now, she is a YouTuber on the platform, and also, on her channel that we've seen she talk about her culture from the Dominican Republic, and we're all about the African diaspora. So, Norberis, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, Norberis, tell people just a little bit, about your channel, how you got started on YouTube.
Okay, my name is Norberis Ramirez, and my channel name is Norberis R. Is Norberis, and the letter R for my last name. And what I do in my channel is I discuss Dominican culture, fashion, and sometimes do lifestyle video, but I focus more in Dominican culture and fashion.
Okay, so let me ask you a question on that. You mentioned about growing up in the Dominican Republic. Were you born there?
Yes, I was born and raised in Dominican Republic.
Okay, so in Dominican Republic, how is the culture there? Is it more family oriented culture, or it's more so explain to people about that culture, because sometimes in America, some people may get an Americanized version of Dominican, but how is the people that comes directly from there?
Okay. Dominican culture, they are very family oriented. Everything is around the family, out with the family. Even if when they go out and do different activities, they do it with the family.
Okay, so it'd be safe to say that it's more so the traditional families, kind of like what's the Lord and Master over there. Would you say?
Yes.
Okay, so you grew up in the Dominican Republic, and how long was it before you eventually came to America?
That was at about almost 13 years ago.
13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the difference between the Dominican Republic and the United States of America culturally?
Oh, very, very different. It is. I mean, Dominican Republic culture is more about family. We are very close. People are more warm. Here is just everything. Be honest, everything is a problem. Everything is an issue. Over there, you are more with the people, with the family. Like your neighbor, you share with them, even if when you have problem or you don't have problem. It just more. It's like more with the people. And here, everything is divisive. The people, everything is an issue with this group, with the other group. It's totally different.
Okay, so you said basically America has a lot of problems with division.
Yes.
Okay. And based off of what you're seeing now with all the, protests, with the George Floyd and all of that, do you see anything good coming out of that, or do you see things possibly could be getting worse?
I think, to be honest, I think it can get worse before it get better.
Okay. So why do you feel it's going to get worse?
I don't know. It is like I see the white people here. They are like, it's very hard for them to let whatever it is go. It is just they know it's a problem here. They know it's the issue. They know they mistreating people, but they still can recognize that. They having hard time trying to recognize that it's really a problem here.
Okay, so so yes, that has been a issue in a legacy, like say with slavery, etc., Jim Crow, all of that. I'm pretty sure maybe some of the history. But do you believe America is possibly going through a fundamental change right now?
I mean, I can see based on what happened recently, I can see that a lot of people start talking more, even seeing some politicians talking about some certain things that I didn't see them talking about it before. Probably, we hope they can be, but let's see. Let's see that it's just not because this is just happening right now. If they're just trying to calm people down, let's see what happens.
Yeah, because the politicians are very good with trying to lie to the
Yeah, they
people.
lie all the time. They be telling you one thing because they want you to just be let they go. You forget about what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So here in America, since the division, and I, like I said, I've been here, like I said, of course, in America my whole life. I've definitely traveled different places. I haven't been to the Dominican Republic at all. At least, I haven't, not yet.
You should go there.
You say I should go there. Okay.
Mhm.
So some people, and I interview, other YouTubers as well from Dominican,
Mhm.
and some of them say that uh, people like myself, Black American, people or Black American men, get a bad rap. Is that true in the Dominican Republic, or maybe just certain areas you go to that they hear that?
And no, I don't think that's true at all.
Okay, so where are people getting that from then?
I really can't tell you where they get that from, but I would say that that you will have to go and see, experience it for yourself to see what they can possibly get it from. But you can see there are a lot of people. I mean, people go over there, and you can see that a lot of Black men are over there right now, especially in the area of Puerto Plata and Susua. And if they will be kind of getting a rap or mistreated over there, do you think they will be there?
Yeah, that's something that I would always question because, like I said,
Mhm.
I haven't been there yet. I say yet, I haven't been there yet. So, like I said,
Mhm.
I'll just ask questions. And anywhere I go, I always do a lot of research, into that. No matter what country I go to, I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, the super great. I want to know it all.
Yeah, that's what you should do, because usually we are just, and most of the time we listen to what people say, what the media tell you. But experiencing yourself and know the good and the bad is probably the best thing that you can do.
Right. So you look at, also, I mean, like in America, and maybe you can explain it to me by traveling. I know in America, everything is related by color, right?
Yes.
And if you don't relate to yourself as race, I'm say, then you're more so it's going to be a problem. But could you explain? Because see, when Dominicans at least come here, right? I
Mhm.
know you. I'm not saying you are involved with that or you say anything like that, but you have some Dominicans here that will say, no, I'm Dominican person. I'm not a Black person. But when I look at you, I look at people that can look exactly like me or even know the history and say, huh? You know what I'm saying? So have you ran into that over here in the States?
Yes.
You
And
have.
yes, and that is a good question. And before I answer that, let me ask you this. When you ask, or let me define this. When you ask if you are Black, you are defining if if I have African descendant, or me if I am Black American.
Well, most time when you're Black, you're going to say you're African, Black African descent, right? It's not nationality in America. For instance, Black Americans, we on paper we're Americans. Well, let's call it what it is. You've been here long enough. We aren't
Mhm.
treated like we aren't treated like white people. Would that be safe to say?
Yes.
Okay, so Black for us is about identity. Of course, we were taken from the shores, of the Africa. Some of our ancestors were dropped off in the Dominican Republic, in the
Mhm.
Caribbean, right? Jamaica, wherever else. Some was dropped off here in America, some Mexico, some Colombia, some Brazil, so all over the place, right?
Yes.
So when we say Black, we mean Black, African descent. That's what we mean when we say Black.
Okay, but that is not the same. It's not the same for us. When we over there in Dominican Republic, uh, when our education is not based on all the Americans in the United States or the Black American. We saw the history. We saw where we come from, what happened in the history when then European came and took everything from us, and they brought African, and we have indigenous in Dominican Republic. So when they teach us, we have African descendant. But when you come over here, like in my case, and I have this happen to me. People used to, I see, because you can see me, you can obviously see that I'm Black. You can see my lips, you can see my hair, and if I get up, you will see my body. You can say that I'm Black. So that is crazy for me to deny or even say I'm not Black. But when we come over here, based on what they teach us over there, and you come over here, you bring me over here. I don't know anything what's going on over here. I don't know what kind of groups you have over here that you need to choose a group. And then you ask me, the only thing that I know is that I'm Dominican, either I have African descendant. But when you ask me, I'ma say I'm Dominican. And basically what we know over there, that black is the title for Black American, not for African descendant. So even when you ask an African person, where are you from? They're not gonna say I'm black, I'm black. Black is more considered for Black American. They're gonna tell you I'm African. They're gonna say I'm black because you can obviously see that they are black. They say I'm African, no Black American. So it's like more black for Black American. And if you are from Africa, you say I'm from Africa. You don't say I'm black. I mean, Black African, no Black American. I don't know if you see what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, and like I said, traveling has helped me expand that as well. We just having that conversation. For instance, if a person's from Nigeria, they're gonna say I'm Nigerian, right?
Yes.
But or if I'm from Kenya, I'm Kenyan. That's how they go. They mostly identify by nationality. They
Yes.
don't identify as race. But then you come to America, all that start going out the window real quick.
Yeah, because here in America it's so that you don't know when you are in your country, you don't know when you come over here, how is it over here? They don't teach you that. So when you come over here, they see you and they, oh, you're black. I say, no, I'm Dominican. Is that's what I faced. Even when I came over here with a work visa. It was in this big company. There was people from, it was brought over here from many different countries. And I used to work a lot with black people. And they used to immediately think that I was black based on how I look. And then when I immediately start talking, they say, no, you ain't black. You are mixed, so you are from somewhere else, but you are not black. So it was fine for them to say I wasn't black. And then I said, no, I'm Dominican. So you see what I'm saying? They recognized that I wasn't black, meaning I wasn't Black American. I was from somewhere else. I was mixed with something black in me, but I wasn't black.
Yeah, I know some Black Americans will say that, like, oh, wait, because for us, and even what's been branded into our mind, right? That a Black person doesn't speak Spanish, or I mean, I'm just saying, just the way, and it's not. I'm gonna say it's not really our fault per se, because we were literally taught nothing about Black people throughout the world, or African people throughout the world, right? Or even the history of the transatlantic slave trade, because even when they taught us about slavery, they only kind of just taught us that, okay, we were brought here, we were slaves, and all that, the things they taught, right? They didn't teach that, okay, so many of us went to the Caribbean, so many of us went to Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, all these different places that we have been in the Americas, right? Canada, wherever else that we have traveled to have been. So when they say that to you, it's not more so an offensive term when they're saying like, oh, she must be mixed. She must be, because we're not used to seeing a Black person speaking Spanish. That's like totally, to us in our mind, you must be Mexican or Puerto Rican or something like that.
I got a lot of that too, yeah.
That you're Puerto Rican?
Yeah, but Puerto Rican, what was over there when I came to Alabama and Huntsville, and over there the only Hispanic that you see a lot are Mexicans. So over there I was either black, white, or Mexican, but nothing else besides no other Hispanic country, both Mexican.
Okay, so would you say that culturally speaking, you mentioned Black Americans and Dominicans, do we have any similarities in culture, or are we polar opposites in culture?
Oh no, I think we do have a lot of similarity, even in our. I mean, even you see Dominican. If you go over there, you see Dominicans imitating a lot of what Black culture do here. Even if you could say it in the music, you can see it in the how they style their clothes or their hair. It's a lot of similarity in a lot of things.
Okay, but it's a lot of similarities, but we've seen maybe recently, but they squashed it. It was something to squash where they had some Black kids had went into a Dominican area in New York, but and they tried to run them out, but they end up apologizing and saying, no, it's not like that. We're trying to be together. When you look at the relationships with Dominicans, I guess Americans and Black Americans, just based off of what you kind of know a little bit about living here, do you think that that's due to the environment we live in America, or you think that's just something that naturally happens off of culture?
No, I think it's the environment here in America and what the media and everything that's what they present to us. I mean, that's what they a lot of negative. This is what they show us. That's what we learn when we over there. We don't learn what good things is here with Black people. They just whatever you see on TV or in the media is how they. I mean, a lot of bad things, just negative. So when you see that and you come over here, that's what you have in your mind. That's what you have in your mind that they are this, they are that. So in that you see in the media, they say, oh, they are good in this, they are good, but well, they show what you're good at. I mean, basically in a sport, that's a good thing that they do. But then beside that, everything is negative. So when you come over here, if you are here, you say, okay, if that's what they show, that's what they must be.
Well, I heard also some rumors, and I want to know if, since you say you came by a work visa, did you hear anything from immigration possibly about Black Americans?
No, in regards to no.
Because
But in regards to what?
like I've heard stories of people saying that people at immigration was telling people from other countries, even from African countries, well, be careful around African Americans because Black Americans, because they could be criminals, they could be this. I've heard this many times. I was wondering if you were one of the people that possibly heard that or knew somebody else.
No, I never hear of that. But basically, when they teach you, they show you in the news, all the negative. That's what you get, what you usually get. That's the message that you get.
Okay, so basically, what you're saying is the biggest problem for Black Americans with our perception from other people would be the media.
Yes, that's that's the only thing that we have to go by over there is what they show you in the news, what they show in the news, and what they say.
Okay, so now that you've been here, you say about 13 years. You said earlier. Do you understand more so like the culture now, Black American culture, and kind of like maybe some of our stories since you've been here?
Oh yes, I do. I do a lot more about Black culture, and especially because I'm married to a Black American man, and I have learned a lot about the culture, about the history. Because believe me, we see a lot of movies of the real what happened in the past, and yeah, I have learned a lot.
All right, good. So in Dominican Republic itself, you said it's okay. You say your husband. You say you guys have children.
Yes, we have one daughter.
One child. Okay, awesome. Now your child have he been to Dominican Republic yet?
Oh yes, I mean, I mean he's almost more Dominican than I am. Yeah, a lot of time. As a matter of fact, we want to go over there and live there soon.
That's not a bad idea. I'll be honest with you because I think I saw on your channel you was talking about homes and building homes in the Dominican Republic, and so I think you were showing one home that could have been around like 80,000 to 100,000. Not mistaken.
Yes, yes, that's a lot. I mean, yes, you can possibly get a home that are very, you would say they're very comfortable to live for around $100,000.
Okay, so how much money you need a month US to live a good, comfortable life in the Dominican Republic?
About 12,000. I mean, about 2,000. About 12,000. I was about to say 1,200, but I think around $2,000 you will be living really good over there.
Okay, so
I'm not saying like some people think they probably just make money over there, because make money over there is very difficult. I'm saying that you have certain type of income coming in and living in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, so now that $1,200, that just for a single person, or what about family? You have a family with that, or maybe a family. Let's say I have a big family. Let's say you have about 4 kids, wife and a dog. How much would you need for a big family?
I would say 2,500.
2,500. Okay, dollars a month, and then you living good, right?
You living good. You are living good. Yeah, we start recently looking into. Not recently, we have this plan for a while to live and move, live in the Dominican Republic. Basically, all the stuff that's going on here, because you live a peaceful life over there. And even recently, with all these, we start looking at things in Africa, to go and spend time in Africa too. I see a lot of people are talking to moving to Africa.
Yeah, that is. Have you been?
No, I've never been. We was talking about recently just to go and visit it. We was just how we saw a video that you can go to Ghana, live for 6 months and pay 12. It was 1,200. I think it was $600 for 6 months in a
Oh wow.
house that look like here. You would pay about $1,500 to live 1 month. You can spend 6 months in rent.
Oh, you guys would enjoy. You guys would definitely enjoy Ghana if you went. And you know, like Equatorial Guinea is the only African country that speaks Spanish. So
Oh,
yeah, so you want to go to a Spanish speaking African country, you can go to that one.
oh, I
Uh,
didn't know that.
yeah. Well, I didn't know that either before until I actually met a brother from that country. Because you know, we see people from Nigeria, or you see people from Sierra Leone, or all these other countries. But when the brother's like, "No, I'm from Equatorial Guinea," and he was talking, you know, just fluent Spanish. I say, "Oh wow, okay," you know. So, but I think you guys should do that because you'll feel that connection to the land for sure. But so if you move there and you say that the cost of living is good, what cities do you recommend a person to stay in? Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure not the tourist spots, but what cities do you recommend?
No, not the tourists. I mean, no. Basically, if you want to be dealing with all the tourists, even though if you go like tourist area to like Punta Cana, if you want to be around certain things that you have here in the U.S., probably you can have around that area. But no, you probably want to be bothered with tourist area. I would say like going to a small town would be very good. Like I like San Francisco, San Pedro de Macorís, even going to La Vega. It's
Okay.
mhm.
So
Santiago is fine. Santiago is like it's the second biggest city in Dominican Republic, but it's better than to it's quiet and better to live there than Santo Domingo.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't want to deal with all those people
Oh.
coming in and some of the things that go along with some of
Yeah, the
that.
city Santo Domingo is a very very noisy city. It's a lot going on over there.
Okay. All right. So you guys are thinking about moving to the Dominican Republic, and you say your son is like, well, how does he think about that?
My daughter, oh, she love it over there. She can wait until we go over there. Or they open. She can wait until they open the border to go over there.
Okay. So you have a daughter and a son, or just
No, just yeah. We have a daughter, just one.
okay, daughter. Okay, I thought you had a son. Or okay, I thought you said son earlier. Okay, a daughter. Okay, cool. Yeah, they everything is still shut down. How do you feel about that? All the international travel being shut down because of COVID. How do you feel about that one?
Oh no, I think it's fine because they taking precaution of what everything that's going on. But it's gonna be in Dominican Republic. It's gonna be open in the 1st of July.
Okay, all right. So it's gonna be allowing international travel on the 1st of July.
Yes, I heard that they have like 100 flight going to Punta Cana in the 1st of July.
Oh wow! So
Mhm.
are they gonna like to let people come in, or because you're coming from the U.S., they're gonna want you to test for COVID, or what's the deal on
That's
that?
that is a good question. I was wondering about that. That's something that I have to I guess kind of to investigate to let some of my followers know. But yeah, I'm not sure how they're gonna do it.
Okay, so on your channel, it's itself, like I said, that in the theme of it, because I know you was showing homes. I saw that you were talking about Dominican culture. What is the one thing that people are misinformed about when it comes to Dominican Republic or Dominican culture? You say, man, I wish they kind of stopped saying this, and it may be a thing that may be misleading here. What would be that one thing?
One thing I would say prostitution and women.
Okay, so could you expound on that?
Okay. Yes. For I mean, I don't know if it's recently with with the internet, people usually make videos and they show a lot of things. And most of the things that it be done lately. That's why I started talking about because my channel was I started my channel based on I was doing other things until I started seeing videos of people talking about Dominicans and Dominican culture, especially about Dominican women. So that was something that got me to say, no, that is no how it is. That is not what it is. So I need to be more out there and talk about it. And instead, for most people, Dominican women are uh, prostitute, or they are very easy, and that is yeah, and that is not true. But that is what a lot of people be saying, and they of course they be going and traveling to those tourist area where you have a lot of that. In prostitution is how you say, it's legal in Dominican Republic. So in the tourist area, you will have a lot of that. But they be making video because they go to these areas, specific areas, and they be making video, posting video, and then you have the general public thinking that is what it is of everything that you can find in Dominican Republic.
Well, I mean, if you go to Las Vegas, I mean, this prostitution is legal in Las Vegas.
But that was exactly my point. It's a lot of prostitution here when it's areas that are not legal, and it's prostitution everywhere. And even the number of prostitution is higher than Dominican Republic. But for some reason, I don't know, probably because it's just so easy, and Dominican are so why you say passive. You say they don't make trouble, a lot of trouble about anything. It just, I don't know. I guess they find easy to do it over there. I don't know.
Okay, so basically, you're saying is your country is this to have issues, of course, like any other country throughout the world, but it shouldn't be labeled as a place for does everybody over there is just being sex workers. I mean, you got regular people who possibly, if they do meet people, they want to get to know them just as friends or develop relationships. That's basically what you're saying.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I talk about it. The first thing that I came to my mind when I started talking about was about my family. I said, ain't none of my family will never be no prostitute or be working on the street. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing bad about that, because you have in some moment in your life you have to do what you have to do. But my point is, that is no everybody that do that. That is all women over there are no prostitute. So don't generalize. I mean, of course, you have a lot of prostitutes over there, but don't generalize everybody's a prostitute. Don't. That's wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think we should, it ain't a week. We don't do that. But just, I don't think people should do that or post those kind of videos. And usually people who posting those videos are going over there for that reason. A lot of, I heard this about Dominican Republic. But then I've seen videos where guys, Black American men have went over there and met a wife and now they're married. Do you hear more of those stories happening than the prostitution?
Yes, I see. Yeah, I hear a lot of this story happening too.
Because I think maybe that should be promoted more than a prostitution. Because I'm like, why? My thing is, why would you even want to put that out there like that? Like, you should want to know what you're doing.
That is exactly my question. I mean, like you feel so proud of them. I mean, I understand if that's something that you like to do. I mean, you should be trying to have that, hide that part, trying to open it up. But that is something that I try to promote on my channel, to find couples that have been over there. They find real love. That they can give some tips for people that are trying to do the same thing. Because right now we hear a lot of people are trying to do the same thing. They're trying to find a wife. They're trying to find somebody in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, I'm trying to find people that have been lucky or not lucky, but they have been going through the same situation and they want to share their experience.
Right. So now that you say you developed a family here in the U.S., you see the environment here, with your family, and so your child will be raised more Afro Latina, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the American environment is good for children?
No, not really. No.
What about it isn't good for children?
It's a lot, like I say, it's a lot of division, and then kids. And I don't know how kids are. Yeah, I see the most people that I'm scared of is that I'm like the bullying. Oh my God, I had never experienced that. Today, I don't know. I'm not gonna say right now how is it the Dominican Republic, because I've been here for so long. I'm not a child anymore. But when I was growing up, you never, never had such a thing like that, like bullying, like other kids just calling other kid name and make them that they kill themselves just because or whatever is going on in school. That school shooting, no, that you don't have that in Dominican Republic. And no, even no school, no churches, no nothing. Like people that go to theater just to shoot people. I mean, none of that. Kids, especially you, when you see here, you see there are teenagers doing that. So obviously, it's some type of issue here. Those teenagers feel like they don't even care about their life, because why they would be doing something like that if you care about people, if you care about your own life. So I don't know. It's something about here how they grow, that growing up they either go and bullying, shooting, and then drugs. That's something that I never see when I was in the Dominican Republic. Even I'm gonna tell you, when I was growing up, even even if people don't even smoke marijuana over there, for them that is a bad thing. And here I hear people that's medicinal, people use it for other reason. But if you do that in Dominican Republic, they will see that as bad, that you were a drug addict. So those kind of things, like going drugs and bullying, shooting. Mm-mm.
Yeah, this environment is just not good. I would say that, because even when the first time I went, the first African country I went to was Ethiopia, and I saw the environment and how it was just real respectful environment. You know, it's definitely socially conservative, and I just like, wow. And then when I came back to America and I landed back in LA, and I got to just see how people, you know, they dress in a certain way and just certain way people talk here versus over there. And I'm like, oh God, you know,
And for the
so
most part, you will see children over there. I don't know how they are here, but I see, based on what I see in movies, it's not like I've seen in a lot of families, because I don't have big friends over here. But based on what you see in movies, it's like you see even kids having more respect over there for others and people and neighbors with parents. And here sometimes you see like it's whatever. I don't know if it's the environment, they have things just acting certain way, but it is something that I don't know, people should be looking looking into.
I listen. I'm with you. I'm with you because, like I say, my wife, you know, came with me last year to Kenya, because the first time I went to Ethiopia, I went with just my team, but then she came with me this time. She fell in love with it out there and said, "Oh man, I really like this," because she was saying that Nairobi kind of reminded her of Mexico City, because you know she went there plenty of times growing up, but I just enjoyed just the environment in the continent. So, you know, for my mindset is like I say, that's kind of like where I want to be, you know, just on the continent, and just, you know, I go back and forth or whatever, but definitely the continent is where it's at least for me, because as you said, all the hatred and division and the environment isn't good for kids. I mean, it's crazy. But Norberis, so say, tell people a little bit, like how can they get to your YouTube channel in case they want to check it out?
Okay, like I'm gonna repeat it again. The name of my channel is Norberis R. Is Norberis R. The letter R.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure we'll put the link in the pinned comment to go to Norberis' channel, and you guys can check it out and maybe ask her some questions that maybe I didn't get to ask her in this time period. But Norberis, thank you for taking the time with us today and having this discussion.